This morning, you may notice some empty storefronts and old car dealerships filling up with new businesses. It's part of a trend here in West Michigan. The manufacturing business is good. So good, they're running out of space.
And 24-Hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett talked with the commercial real estate developer about that trend and the future of like the old Rogers department store here. This is kind of an example of what's going on all across the market here, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's good news, really.
Yeah.
But they're trying to find creative ways to use buildings that are already on the market. You know, a lot of businesses, offices, manufacturing businesses, they're booming here in our area, but the problem is they need space to grow. The old Rogers department store has been empty for a while now. Rogers closed its doors at the 28th Street building back in 2005. Klingman's moved in, but later closed in 2010. With more than 500 parking spaces and 3 levels, including the basement, it's a prime space for the commercial real estate firm. With all the demand, they're thinking of transforming the old department store into something other than retail.
Well, we've seen proposed uses that would involve office. I think a great facility or a great use for that facility would be maybe a banquet facility.
That would be interesting. Of course, no firm plans yet for the Rogers department store. Hurley says it's just one of the many buildings they're trying to repurpose. Now, here's an old car dealership in Coopersville. They're hoping will be home to a manufacturing company, maybe a tool and die company. So that's kind of interesting there with the garage door and clearly a car dealership that it could house some kind of manufacturing company.
Wow, this is kind of-
Repurposing, it's great.
It is great.
It's good news because it also shows a bounce back. I mean, for so many years, it was just bad business news after bad business news, and this is some really good news.
Part of the problem, though, is there just aren't enough buildings to go around, right?
Right, we're really short on space, and here's why. You know, not a lot of buildings have been built since the recession, not a lot of manufacturing buildings, that is. And he says only about 3% of our manufacturing buildings in West Michigan are actually up for sale. So the market's very limited. But again, it's a good problem to have. It shows it's growing, and that demand is continuing. So a good problem to have, but kind of interesting to see these old buildings get new life.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Good stuff.
Amanda.
Thank you.